Hi, friends. We're going to talk fitness today. It is time to get in shape and actually respect and appreciate our bodies. It'll impact our entire lives. I want to talk to my friend Clark Payne. He's a big TikTok influencer, 600,000 followers on TikTok, 500,000 on Instagram, and he had a huge weight loss transformation. He's going to give his insights on what worked for him. Let's show his before and after picture. There it is. Huge transformation. Amazing. And with that being said, let's bring Clark on. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. How y'all doing?
I am great. And you are looking like you're a lot better than you used to be. So take me through, first of all, what inspired you to drop that weight?
So right after around the time my 2-year-old was born, 2 years ago, my wife and I, she was talking about the baby weight and everything. And I was like, well, I'm way bigger than you are, And so we just decided, we started walking, and we would walk down our sidewalk, and we could only walk maybe 15 minutes, pushing the stroller. And we would be so out of breath because at 300 pounds, I think she weighed like 235, I think. And she's 145 now. So she's lost almost 100 as well. But I don't know. We just started walking the 15 minutes. We'd have to, walk for probably 8 minutes and turn around and go back to the house because we knew we would be so out of breath. And then we started going to the park and started walking further each day. And then we cut out sodas. She went to diet soda first, and I just went straight to water. But it just inspired me because I don't know. I got tired of just being so out of breath. Everything I did, I was just I'd be breathing heavy, and then I'd snoring loud at night, and would wake up just because my neck, I guess, all that weight on me.
Oh wow.
It was getting pretty bad, so I had to get a hold on it.
So a lot of people feel that way. They're like, yeah, I'm tired of this too, but I don't know how to get out of it. And actually next week, I'm going to have an expert on weight loss resistance. So if you're trying to lose weight and for some reason it will not come off, she is going to help with that next week here on Health with Ivory. But for now, tell me what did you do that actually worked?
So first we cut out fast food and sodas, like I said, and even all the food at Walmart or any grocery store, a lot of that's got a lot of unnecessary stuff in it, I guess, I'd like to say. So we had in Kentucky, we lived about an hour above Nashville, back then. And we decided to start going to the little Amish market because they don't spray all their food with chemicals. They don't inject their meat with hormones and all that. And they had a local butcher right beside it. So it worked out really good. And a lot of people say, well, it costs way, it's a lot more expensive and this and that. Well, actually, we found out that it's not. If you find a good local butcher and just start buying your meat, even the meat tastes different, Miss Ivory. Like if you compare Walmart, like hamburger meat to, a butcher's hamburger meat, it is a completely different taste. It even it's all like the stuff at Walmart looks pinkish and real red, and that's all the dyes and stuff they're putting in it. And God knows what else, so we just cut out all fast food slowly. You have to take baby steps. You can't just say, I'm just quitting. We quit McDonald's first, and then it was Burger King, I think. And I think we saved Zaxby's for last. That was the last place. And every now and then we'll still go and get some chicken fingers or something from Zaxby's. I mean, I'm not going to lie about that, but every time that we do though, we feel horrible. Anytime that you try to eat the junk food again, once you've eaten healthy for a while, it's no good. And the main thing was the intermittent fasting. So you go 16 hours, right? Well, a lot of people say 16 hours, that's over half the day. But really though, you get up in the morning and I wouldn't eat till I think 10 or 11 a.m. And then I would eat, my lunch and then eat at break time and eat at, I think 5. I'd eat dinner at 5 p.m. and then just wouldn't eat again until the next day. So you have dinner at 5 and you wait till 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning the next morning, but it has to be 16 hours. I'm not sure of the specifics on that, but something about the 16 hour, or more, obviously your body goes into ketosis and all that good stuff. So it made a massive difference, and it was very hard at first. So I would recommend, I don't know when you're cutting all that out, but go and finding a good protein shake, like the little protein shakes that you can buy. Those are good to have with you because when you're starving, throughout the day and you're trying to be healthy and you don't want to eat chips and pizza, the gas station food, that's the main thing. As a construction worker, when I was working construction, I would go to the gas station. At lunch, that's all we did. We'd stop by in the morning and then go. It's a daily thing. And then looking back,
Same.
the
As
amount
a
of money.
TV news, people don't realize as a TV news reporter, you're just on the road. And
So it makes it hard. I
I
bet.
loved the gas station. To this day, I'm just like, oh, gas station snacks.
Yeah,
But
I know.
I've learned to say no to most of them.
Yeah, it's hard. It's quite the process for sure, but you start feeling better. The first week is the hardest, but once you get past that first week, you start feeling better, and then people start complimenting you. They're like, "Dude, you're losing some weight, man." And oh heck yeah, I guess I am. And then all of a sudden, well, I'm down 20 or 30 pounds, and I'm down 40, and then I'm down 50, and next I think I'm down 80 or 90. I think 90 right now. So I'm going to stay where I'm at. So yeah, just feel better. I can play with my kids. I've got a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old, so I can run out in the yard wide open because my 2-year-old he's Dennis Menace, so I'm having to chase him around all the time anyway. But it's keeping me in shape. And then so what also worked is dumbbell exercises. I just bought a little pair of 25-pound dumbbells and just started doing curls and just tricep kickbacks and a lot of push-ups. I hated push-ups, can't stand them, but that's what. And then I'd pull a chair up in the couch and I'd do dips, put my hands right here, put my legs out in front of me and just do dips. Because if you don't have any equipment, that's just what you got to do. You got to work with what you have.
Wow. So you didn't even get a gym membership, huh?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Because I was working 12 hours a day. I was so exhausted by the time I got home. It just would have been too much. And then slowly we wound up getting gym equipment and stuff like that, but to begin with, it was just push-ups and dips. And then about 3 weeks in, I said, yeah, it's time to get some dumbbells. So I
Wow.
went and got a set of dumbbells and she got her a set too. And it's been on ever since.
Let's look at the before and after again. That is really impressive.
And I was actually, if you look at my stomach and the bigger one, I was actually kind of sucking it in, believe it or not. It doesn't look like it, but that's crazy, the difference. I mean, and I forgot I even had that, that picture right there, but that's a massive, massive difference. I've still got a long ways to go. And so now we're getting into I don't know a lot about it yet, but we're doing the meal preps and stuff now. And then you got to learn about your macros and all that stuff. I'm very new to that, so I don't want to speak on that yet. So
how long did it take you to lose that weight?
That was about 9 months, maybe a year, maybe. Yeah, maybe a year. And I probably could have done it faster if I would have pushed myself harder. But I mean, it was a 6-day-a-week thing anyway. So
so when you would eat, so you would not eat for 16 hours, but in the hours that you would eat, did you eat? Was it just like all you can eat, or did you have calorie restrictions?
So she always counted her calories. I never really counted my calories. We would cook, she cooked healthy stuff at night, but during the day, I would just eat sandwiches. I would eat turkey sandwiches for a while, just because I was a construction worker. And those little protein shakes, I forgot the name brand, but it was cake batter was the flavor. So it tasted sweet like a cake, because I was a big, chocolate eater and, sweets and midnight snacker. That was my thing. And sometimes when I first started, I would break the 16 hours because I was so used to getting up every night at midnight and just going and just gorging myself. It just became a midnight snack thing, but it turned into eating a whole plate of food. And looking back on it, man, it's incredible that I ate that much. It's just, because when you're younger, you can eat that much and you don't gain any weight. You start to get older though, it starts to go everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, actually that worked for me too, is to do the supplements, like either a protein shake or protein bars were my favorite.
Yes, the protein bars, yes.
Because they do taste like dessert, so it cures your sweet tooth.
Yes.
As you wean off of that unhealthy diet. And then if you can eventually get off of those supplements too and just get to natural foods, like if you can cure your sweet tooth with fruit, like a little bit of fruit, that's just so it's from nature. It's God's candy.
Yes. I love all fruit, from pineapple to apples to strawberries, and my kids eat a lot of fruit too. So that's good.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. But you must, we got to talk mindset, because You know, you can
Oh
say
yeah.
you're gonna eat a certain way, and then you have a hard day, and you
Yep.
just don't have the willpower. So how were you able to muster willpower every single
So
day?
my mother passed away Christmas Eve 2 year, or I think it's been, yeah, a little over 2 years ago. And I decided right then, I said, you know what? I told my wife, I said, I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year and I'm going to retire from construction. And I started watching things on manifestation. I started watching Tony Robbins videos, on mindset and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And I found that we can literally, the whole, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. That is such a real thing. You have to act as if it's already happened. So I just knew. I said, I'm going to lose it for sure. And I lost way more than that. It was I don't know. It was one day just something just clicked in me, and it's strange to say, but it sounds weird, trying to explain it, I guess. But the law of attraction, manifest that all that's very real. If you speak on it, you just have to believe it in your mind. You have to know for a fact that yeah, I'm going to do this. It's happening no matter what. I knew it. People laughed at me about the whole retiring from construction and plus losing weight too. Because I was so big. I was the biggest guy on the job site, or one of the bigger guys, and they didn't take me serious or anything. But then I started slowly shedding weight and like, dang, man, you lost some weight, hadn't you? I said, yeah, because it was wintertime when I started. And by summer, when I was wearing short sleeves, everybody saw all the weight and they said, man, you really did it. Then they started wanting to ask me, well, how'd you do it? Well, what can I do? And so I think that's where I would like to do more is to help people. And I used to make healthy videos and stuff, just showing healthy alternatives and stuff like that. But I need to really get back into it. And because there's a lot of people that that have reached out to me and asked me what I did and stuff like that. So I'm going to get some videos out and just try to show people what worked for me as far as the mindset goes. You have to you see it in your mind, you hold it in your hand. I mean, it's really that simple. It doesn't sound like it is, but it really is.
Love that. Yeah, I agree. But were there distractions that you cut out?
Oh,
Did you
whether what
create
now?
did you create an environment to keep the image in your mind of what you wanted? Did you have to cut out certain distractions in your environment to make it happen?
Yeah. So, I mean, we used to watch like food cooking videos. It's as weird as that sounds, like the chefs and stuff like that, and then that would just make me so hungry. As yeah, obviously they're cooking food, but just simple things like that, and then not going and getting ice cream. So just avoiding that side of town, so we wouldn't stop and get ice cream or brownies or whatever. And at nighttime, whenever at first, because I was used to doing my midnight snack, I would wake up and instead of doing a midnight snack, I would chug a whole glass of water because drinking water that does help.
Mm.
I mean, just chug a whole glass. A lot of times put the Celtic salt and a little bit of squeeze of lemon in there. That's really good too. It helps other things. But so I would wake up and I'd go in my son's room because he was in a bassinet beside our bed. I go in his room, I do push-ups and just I would do push-ups to try to wear myself out and go back to sleep. I know that sounds, but that's just what I did. And that was never like me because I was always, a lot of people that knew me before, I was always very lazy. I would do just enough to get by, even on the job site. I mean, I always did my job right and everything, but I don't know. I just didn't, my heart was never really in it because I knew that that's not what I was meant to do. I always knew that I was meant for something on a much bigger scale as far as helping people. I don't know how, but I fully like I fully believe in my mind and my heart and soul that I'm going to help millions of people one day. And I don't even know how I'm going to do that. I'm not sure if it's going to be the health stuff or what it's going to be, but I just know it. And it might be a few years, it might be next month, it may be 10 years, but I know it's going to happen. It's just everything is mindset. I fully believe that if you get negative first thing in the morning, if you're negative, that negativity, it's real sticky. It'll stick to you. And then you just start, well, I'm never going to be able to lose this weight. I can't stop eating. That's just too good. Blah, 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 blah. But you can. All you have to do is just want to do it and just do it.
Right. Was your mom's death, did that drive home like the shortness of life or something? Or what was it about her death that made you kind of change?
Well, me and her, me and my mom, very close. I was always a mama's boy, my whole life. And in my most of my 20s, and I haven't ever even said this to anybody on as far as content or whatever, but my 20s, I had a really bad opiate addiction, and I wasted many years. My jaw got broken, and got addicted to pain pills is what happened, and so I wasted many years, and a lot of letdowns, but she was always there for me, always. All my family was, my grandparents, everybody. And well, I lost two of my grandparents before, about a year, 6 months and a year before she passed away, and then she passed away, and then so I've got one granddad left who I'm very thankful for. And it just kind of made me realize, like, I want to set a good example for my kids. I want my sons to have a dad that's this around for a long time, first of all, and can play with them and can be out in the yard. And that's we stay out. I mean, we're outside all every day unless it's too cold, and we're running and playing and riding bikes and hitting golf balls. I couldn't do any of that, hitting baseballs, throwing the football. I couldn't do any of that if I was still as big as I was. So I guess in a sense, yeah, that's kind of what life is so short. I never thought my mom would not be here. I mean, it is wow. I think about her every day, and when she passed away, I was still in construction and still all that. And, she was proud of me because I'd been sober for 3 or 4 years, I think 3 or 4 years at that point. So I had my life going and everything. So she was, told me she was proud of me and all that stuff, but I just wish she was here to see what we've got going on now, because I'm very thankful for the life I've been given. I'm very thankful.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, it's inspiring to see someone totally transform their life in such a positive way.
Yes, ma'am.
Now back to the lifestyle change, because I want people to be able to watch this and then mimic what you did. So,
Yes.
did you do any cardio?
Yes. So to begin with, like I said, we just started off walking. Probably for the first month, we just walked, and then actually I got a little treadmill, and I would do 20 minutes of cardio a day. I got a little cheap treadmill off the TikTok shop. It was $100 or 80
Wow.
bucks, I think. So if you've got $80 or $100, they're actually not bad little treadmills. They worked. It's in my garage right now. I still use it to this day. So I would recommend, if you're working all day every day, you don't have time, you're so tired. A lot of people get up first thing in the morning and work out. And that's what I did for a long time. Now it's more in the afternoon. Sometimes it's in the morning. It's about half and half now, I guess you'd say. But if you're working all day, yeah, get up in the morning and do your cardio in the morning. Go for like a 20-minute jog or something. If you don't have a treadmill, or get a treadmill, or just start walking, go walk for 20 minutes. Because 20 minutes of cardio for me, that seemed to be the magic number. I would get just winded enough to where I wasn't too exhausted to go to work, but it just kind of got the day going too.
I suppose it also helped to quit the job that you didn't like. About the
Yes.
same time you quit construction, right?
Yes. So that was something else. So whenever I quit construction, that changed everything when I started, creating content and stuff, because I don't know, it just I enjoy doing it. I really do. And working construction, I was a welder, slash pipe fitter for over a decade, and the money was really good. The money's great, but I just wasn't happy doing it. I just knew that I don't know, I just knew I didn't belong there. I'm not saying I'm better than that or anything, but I knew that wasn't for me. Excuse me. So once I got away from that, that's when things really blossomed, and that's when I really got into it, serious. And we ordered a Smith machine, and then just a multi machine with the legs, and you can do the pull downs and everything. And I got a big bench press with a 45-pound bar and all the plates. We've got a pretty much a full gym with. We even bought a bike. That's what we did. We ordered one of those uh, Nordic Track or something, one of those bikes. You could do it because back then, money was a little bit tighter, so we just did the payment plan on it, the monthly payment. Well, I think the payment was $40 a month or something, so it's very cheap, affordable. So anybody can do that too. And then you ride the bike, and you got a TV screen right there, so you're watching it, and it kind of helps. It kind of motivate you a little bit too. Yeah.
Nice. How often do you lift weights?
Lift weights 6 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
well, I say six. Five. The past 3 weeks have been 5 days. I've been taking off Saturday and Sunday, but even on because on those days I'm running around with my kids all day. I mean, we're going out, all day long. He takes his little mid afternoon nap right now, so he'll be up in probably an hour and he'll be ready to go. And
Nice.
we've got a pretty good little schedule though, because we homeschool my 9-year-old. So, and he's super into, like I said, I want to be a good role model because he's into everything I'm into. And obviously my 2-year-old adores him because that's his big brother. So I just know it's my job as a dad to set a good example. I feel like it's my job as a person too, to try to give back because I wasted so many years of my life
Mhm.
not doing anything, but just wasting space, is the nicest way to put it. And I don't feel like it's a duty, like I have to do it. I want to do it. I want to see people succeed. And I don't know how. I'm so new to talking about the manifesting and all this. I really appreciate you having me on because it's helping me learn to, I guess, express and get all these things out. So,
Absolutely. Well, thanks for helping others by sharing your story. So you intermittent fasted,
yes.
lifted weights, did cardio, uh, changed your mindset to believe you could do it,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
added protein supplements,
Yes.
and quit that job you didn't like
That's right. That's
and
right. Get away from
appreciated.
anything toxic, anything that
Mm,
that takes your joy, that steals your joy. Even people, there's so many people that I just don't talk to anymore because they're just when people
mm,
don't have the same mindset as you do, you can't take everybody with you once you start to grow. You just can't. And that kind of sucks, but you won't really want to. People that don't want to be motivated, they really don't want to do anything else. And I wish them all the best. I do. And if I have a chance to help them, help them, oh, I definitely will. I have no hard feelings towards anybody,
yeah,
but starting to grow, you can't take everything with you. It really will hold you. It'll hold you back. It will.
yeah. Especially people who are discouraging, that
Yeah.
don't believe in your
They'll plant
mission.
little seeds of doubt as soon as you start telling them. Well, as soon as see that's not no, that's something. I'm glad you said that. Don't ever tell anybody your plans. I was telling everybody I'm going to retire, da, 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 and they were all laughing at me. All of them. I mean,
Mhm.
I even had family that said, "Oh, you're going to be TikTok famous, huh?" I was like, it's going to be a little more than that, bud. And it did. And so now I'm at the point to where I've got a pretty good sized platform. So it's time to use it for the good of mankind. I feel like.
Amen. Love
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Okay, let's see that before and after one more time. How tall are you?
6'3".
All right, there you go. 90 pounds down, right?
Yes,
Nice.
ma'am.
Oh, where can people follow you? I'll put your links down below.
Okay. Yes,
Your
ma'am. Yes,
your
ma'am. Thank you.
Instagram, your
It's
TikTok.
it's just Mr. Clark Payne. It's all one.
Oh,
I think most of them should be Mr. Clark Payne because Clark Payne was taken, so I had to put Mr. on there. So
nice.
yeah, I think that should be it.
Perfect. Okay, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your wisdom.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
All right, talk to you later.
See ya.